Good morning, good evening, or good night, guys. Welcome to the Bible reading. This is the first Bible reading that we're going to be doing on the channel. I figured that we would start with the book of Genesis and then probably just kind of continue along the whole Bible until we get to the end. I kind of figured that I would just make this video because I don't have any actual videos on the channel, and I feel like only shorts is a little bit weird. So we're going to be starting on the book of Genesis. My Bible that I will be using for the reading is the Catholic Bible, the NABRE version. So if you wanted to follow along exactly, that is the Bible that I have. It's the New American Bible Revised Edition, the Catholic Bible. I chose the Catholic Bible because, well, that was my faith brought up, and then also because I believe it has more books, 7 more books, if I'm not mistaken on that. So yeah, let's just jump right into it with the reading. The 7-day creation accounted in Genesis 1 1 2 3 tells of a God whose mere words creates a beautiful universe in which human beings are in it. The 7-day creation account in Genesis 1 1 2 3 tells of a God whose mere word creates a beautiful universe in which human beings are an integral and important part. Through Genesis 2 4 through 24, it is often regarded as the second creation story. Right, this is just like describing what the book of Genesis is. Okay, there we go. So Genesis 1, the story of creation. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was without form or shape, with darkness over the abyss and a mighty wind sweeping over the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good. God then separated the darkness, or the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Evening came and morning followed the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a dome in the middle of the waters, to separate one body of water from the other." God made the dome, and it separated the water below the dome from the water above the dome. And so it happened. God called the dome sky. Evening came, and morning followed, the second day. Then God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into a single basin, so the dry land may appear." And so it happened. The water under the sky was gathered into its basin, and the dry land appeared. God called the land earth, or the dry land earth, and the basin of the water he called the sea. God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth vegetation, every kind of plant that bears seed, and every kind of fruit tree on earth that bears fruit with its seed in it." And so it happened. The earth brought forth vegetation, every kind of plant that bears seed, and every kind of fruit tree that bears fruit with its seed in it. God saw that it was. Gotta turn the page in. God saw that it was good. Evening came, and morning followed, the third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the dome of the sky to separate day from night. Let them mark the seasons as light in the dome of the sky to illuminate the earth." And so it happened. God made the 2 great lights, the greater one to govern the day, and the lesser one to govern the night and the stars. God set them in the dome of the sky to illuminate the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. God saw that it was good. Evening came, and morning followed the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the water teem with an abundance of living creatures, and on earth, and on the earth let birds fly beneath the dome of the sky." God created the great sea monsters and will. God created the great sea monsters and all kinds of crawling living creatures with which the water teems, and all kinds of winged birds. God saw that, and it was good. And then God blessed them, saying, "Be fertile, multiply, and fill the water of the." And God blessed them, saying, "Be fertile, multiply, and fill the water of the seas. Then let the birds multiply on the earth." Evening came, and morning followed the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth every kind of living creature, tame animals, crawling things, and every kind of wild animal." And so it happened. God made every kind of wild animal, and every kind of tame animal, and every kind of things that crawls on the ground. God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make human beings in our image, after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and the birds of the air, the tame animals, all the wild animals, and all the creatures that crawl on earth." God created mankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fertile and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and all the living creatures that crawl of the earth." God also said, "See, I give you every seed-bearing plant on all the earth, and every tree that has seed-bearing fruit on it to be your food. And so all the wild animals, all the birds of the air, and all the living creatures that crawl on the earth, I give all the green plants for food." And so it happened. God looked around at everything he made, and found it very good. Evening came, then morning followed the sixth day. This is Genesis 2. Thus the heavens and the earth are all thus the heavens and the earth are all their array when completed. Why can't I read this right? Okay, this is Genesis 2. Thus the heavens and the earth and all their array were completed. On the seventh day God completed the work he had been doing. He rested on the seventh day from all the work he had undertaken. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work he had done in creation. The story of nations, the Garden of Eden. This is the story of the heavens and the earth at their creation. When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, there was no field shrub on earth, and no grass of the field that sprouted. For the Lord God had sent no rain upon the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a stream was welling up out of the ground, or up out of the earth, and watering all of the surface of the ground. Then the Lord God formed the man of the dust of the ground, and blew into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. The Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and placed where the man whom he had formed. Out of the ground the Lord God made grow every tree that was delightful to look at, and good for food. With the tree of life in the middle of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, a river rises in the Eden to water the garden. Beyond there it divides. What is wrong with me? A river. It's like because I can't see shit. A river rises in Eden to water the garden. Beyond there it divides and becomes four branches. The name of the first is the Pishon. It is the one that winds. What the fuck? Why am I reading at a third grade level right now? A river rises in Eden to water the garden. Beyond there it divides and becomes the four branches. The name of the first is the Pishon. It is the one that winds through the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, the gold of the land that is good. I probably am going to say a lot of his names wrong. I don't really know how to pronounce them. Bedulium and lapis lazuli are also there. The name of the second river is the Gihon. Gihon. It is the one that winds all through the land of Cush. The name of the third river is the Tigris. It is the one that flows east of Assur. The fourth river is the Euphrates. The Lord God then took the man and settled him in the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and care for it. The Lord God gave the man this order: "You are free to eat from any of the trees in the garden, except the tree of knowledge of good and evil. From that tree you shall not eat. When you eat from it, you shall die." The Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suited to him." So the Lord God formed out of the ground all the wild animals and all the birds of the air, and he brought them to the man to see what he would call them. Whatever the man called each living creature was in its name. The man gives names to all the tame animals, all the birds of the air, and all the wild animals, but none proved to be a helper suited to the man. So the Lord God cast a deep sleep on the man, and while he was asleep, he took out one of his ribs and closed up its place with flesh. The Lord God then built the rib that he had taken from the man into a woman. When he brought her to the man said, "This one at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This one shall be called woman, for out of man this one has been taken." This is why a man leaves his father and mother and clings to his wife, and the two of them become one body. The man and his wife are both naked, yet they felt no shame. And then this is number 3, the expulsion from Eden. Now the snake was the most cunning of all the wild animals that the Lord God had made. He asked the woman, "Did God really say you shall not eat from any of the trees in the garden?" The woman answered the snake, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees in the garden. It is only about the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden that God said, 'You shall not eat it or touch it, or else you will die.'" But the snake said to the woman, "You certainly will not die. God knows well that when you eat one of You certainly will not die. God knows well that when you eat of it, your eyes will be open and you will be like gods, who know good and evil." The woman saw that the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eyes, and the tree was desirable for gaining wisdom. So she took some of its fruit and ate it, and she also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Then both of them were open. Then the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew they were together. So they sewed fig leaves together and made loincloths for themselves. Need a drink. I love doing that. When they heard the sound of the Lord God walking about in the garden at this breezy time of day, the man and his wife hid themselves from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. The Lord God then called to the man and asked him, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, but I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." Then God asked, "Who told you you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I had forbidden you to eat?" The man replied, "The woman whom you put here with me, she gave me fruit from the tree, so I ate it." The Lord God then asked the woman, "What is this you have done?" The woman answered, "The snake tricked me, so I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the snake, "Because you have done this, cursed are you among all the animals, tame or wild. On your belly you shall crawl, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. They will strike at your head, while you strike at their heel." To the woman he said, "I will intensify your toil in childbearing and pain. You shall bring forth children, yet your urge shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you." To the man he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree about which I commanded you, you shall not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you shall eat its yield from all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it shall bear for you, and you shall eat the grass of the field. By the sweat of your brow you shall eat bread until you return to the ground from which you were taken, for you are dust, and to dust you shall return." I think I'm going to actually end the video there because I do have to go to work soon. I actually have to get ready, and I am not ready in the slightest. But I hope that in the comments you guys will be able to talk about this a lot. Genesis is actually one of my favorite like Bible chapters, I guess. It's just really interesting. Like, I love rereading it because like every time I feel like I pick on something that I missed the first time. You know what I mean? I still haven't read the Bible fully all the way through, obviously, because it's like 2,000 pages, 3,000 pages. But I have read Genesis a few times, and like there's always something new that I pick up on. I'm sorry if I said some of the stuff wrong. This is my apologies, but I hope you guys did enjoy this, and God bless you guys. Have a good night, and be safe.